fun fact, education and exams. Alright, so we've now spoken about the different concepts with regards to how they set up their exams. It's all got to do with your examination board and obviously your curriculum as well, yes, but your examination board and what they expect. Even though in South Africa there are rules, the different examination boards interpret it slightly differently. Like the two private ones, for example, is set at a much higher standard. But nonetheless, they still need to comply with certain of the criteria that they want to set the papers up to, the standard. One of these is called cognitive levels. Now, what is that, I hear you ask? Cognitive levels, in the context of learning and teaching, refers to the hierarchy of thinking processes involved in processing information and constructing knowledge. These levels are often categorized using models like Bloom's taxonomy, which we will discuss, which identifies 6 different levels. These levels represent a progression from basic recall to higher order thinking skills. So within the CAPS system, so CAPS stands for Curriculum and Assessments Policy Statement, emphasis on the word assessment. It's a very assessment heavy curriculum. But in the CAPS, they assess on 4 different levels: knowledge, routine procedures, complex procedures, and problem solving. One can also refer to cognitive levels as higher order, middle order, and lower order. Lower order thinking involves recalling facts and basic comprehension, while higher order thinking involves applying, analyzing, and synthesizing, and evaluating information and creating new knowledge. Middle order thinking falls between these two, involving more complex understanding and application. And all of this fits within the bell curve. Remember, we spoke about bell curve yesterday. We will go into it and I'll do like a whole graphic for you guys so you can understand what I'm talking about when I say the bell curve. But on either side of the central tendency, on the 2 extremes are the higher order and lower order. And that is usually divided up into different percentages. So your lower order is usually around 30%, middle order is usually around 50%, and then higher order is usually around 20%. That's the percentage of the marks, for example. And very interestingly, that is also aligned with the population bell curve. And that's why it makes a bell, which, I don't know, I just think it's quite cool. So if you want to know where you fall, look at your averages. If your average for grade 10 is 72%, you fall within the middle order. So yes, come back for more and we will carry on discussing cognitive levels.